my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight was. All I can say is, do you have a kite? It is a great day out where I am to have a kite, and Starlight loves flying kites, but I didn't have a kite with me today to fly one, and whew. So anyway, besides this windy, breezy day here where I am, is I hope you're getting out in nature, and don't forget to drink plenty of water wherever you are. And also, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman. Plus, you could give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can also leave me a message down below, beep, beep, beep. Plus, don't forget you can check out my playlist, and don't forget the notification bell. Plus, you could share my videos with your family, your friends, an ant, and a monarch butterfly. Hopefully I find one of those somewhere. And also, you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So anyway, this video is about maybe you or me? No, not Starlight. Starlight is not one of those people. But anyway, this video is about people. You might have seen these people, or you might be one of those people that I'm talking about. Is do you turn a blind eye? Like I didn't see that. Like no, Starlight. No, I didn't. I seen that, but I didn't quite see that. But you did see that. And what did you see, Starlight? I see all kinds of shit. What can I say? I see all kinds of shit. Whoops, sorry, Starlight in her gotta have everything lined up. I see a lot of shit out in public wherever I go, no matter where I am, no matter what state I go, we all see this stuff, but do you act like you don't see it? So that is what we're talking about today. And I didn't really make this kind of video before, but I've had this little bits and pieces here and there. So those of you that didn't hear this in those particular videos, because I know you don't watch every single video I make. So who has, it takes a lot of discipline to sit down and watch something that you can learn from. It's harder to sit down and watch something that you can learn from than to watch something that would waste your time away. So I find it easier to, and I haven't watched a movie in a long time, so I don't even know what is a movie anyway. We're in it. We're in that movie. So anyway, what I'm talking about is, have you seen something out in public that wasn't cool, but you turned a blind eye to it? You could have done something about it, but what did you do? Did you do anything about it? Did you because I have seen all kinds of crazy stuff on this journey here. I've seen animals being abused out in public, and it was a scary looking dude, really. And I have to say, that particular day I was waiting, for another chance, because sometimes I might not know what to do. And, in these days, it is tough though, because if I made the report of animal abuse, it's almost like I gotta prove it. How can I prove it if I, didn't record it? So it is tough. And but I have seen this out in public, and I said, you know what? If I see somebody, because I'm learning to let go of fear, if I ever see that again, I am going to do something. I don't care, you know, if I'm afraid of that person. What are they going to do to me? I'm coming up to you and I'm going to say, you know what? That's that's dog animal abuse there. I am not going to, so that person that I seen, and I didn't catch it all. That's why I couldn't really do anything about it, and there's other times I didn't see it all, and I couldn't do anything about it. It just, the sounds, were not good, and I'm just going to explain really quick things that I've seen out in public and how other people responded that was where I was, that might have witnessed the same thing. Is the dog deal. Is that there's a man walking his dog in this beautiful park, and it's one of those things I can't prove. I didn't see. That's why I didn't do anything. I didn't see it, but I heard it. But the dog, it sounded like the dog got hit. And I was thinking, I seen the dog and the man, walking, and it didn't look like, what would the dog be doing? They're just walking. Maybe he's being a dog and sniffing the ground. And maybe the owner did not want him to act like a dog. So now I'm to that point where, and it would be very hard for you to, really have your phone so quick. And, once you see it, somebody beating their dog or a person or their child or whatever, it's already too late. You can't record it. It's up here though. You can, the sound effects could be, like I heard the dog I heard the dog hit the dog. No, I heard the man hit the dog, but I didn't see him do it. So I could have called the cops and said, hey, I couldn't say that I seen it. I just could have said, well, I heard the pop noise, like the hit noise, but it just is a shame that there's things going out in public. And are you turning a blind eye to it? You see it, but you don't do anything about it. And I've called the police department many times in my life. I could have saved people. I've heard fights in my apartment and it was getting really rowdy, down below me, like down in the apartment below me where I used to live when my kids were only like 2 and 5, actually, 2 and 5 years old, and I lived above that, and I'm like, I don't know about you, but how does that make you feel, when you hear somebody that could be drunk, and, intoxicated, and you hear somebody having a fight or an arguing and they're being loud and you don't know where it's going. So, and it is kind of hard to know what to do, when to do it, as far as making sure. But really, if it's at night and it's waking you up, you could at least get the cops, call up the cops and say, hey, there's a fight downstairs. I care about my neighbors. It was a beautiful girl, and I'm not going to say anything about how these people were. I didn't really know them that well. I only knew bits and pieces of them. But, and then the other thing that I've witnessed out in public recently was where, and it's another one of those things, I couldn't really do anything about it. It's just like the dog story, is where a child was crying a lot. Now, I don't know why she's crying, but she's crying a lot. And a lady and I were walking through, and we're heading out of the park at the same time while we're hearing this and witnessing this. And before I know it, we're walking past, and I heard a slap. I couldn't prove anything. So, but there's times that we see things out in public, and, most of us, not all of us, have a phone, it's best to call quickly if you can, but you've got to see it. But there's a lot of things in the world that we see, where you might turn a blind eye and like, hey, that's none of my problem, that's none of my business, and another thing that I've seen, but it was kind of messed up, because these days, and I don't like bringing this up, but they call, like the way society would label me as a white person, because I have white skin, so, but these days, and then you might be a person of color, and then they have a racial name to say, well, you're, like, what race are you? And then there's that list of different things that you claim that you are. So we're all supposed to be family. We're all supposed to be multi-dimensional spirit beings having a human experience. So we all bleed red. We all, there should be no labels, but that's what they do. Out here. It's so. With that being said, there's a lot of families that are, like it could be a family, of color and a white family or whatever. And anyway, one day I was I think I was kind of going back and forth into my vehicle, into the park, and back, because I dropped food off at the, at the park for the homeless people. And it was a white lady, and she's trying to get a little boy of color in her vehicle, but he is freaking out. So I'm thinking, why is he having such a, he doesn't want to go with this lady? How do I know, that he's supposed to go with this lady? I am not the only one that was there that was like, when you feel the alarms going on in your body, like something's not quite right. And this kid was giving this lady a hard time about getting in the vehicle. So we really gotta question these things. Is this cool or not cool? Just because he's a kid of color doesn't mean that somebody's not going to kidnap that child, So there was another lady that was right there, and I'll tell you what, that lady stepped right in. I was so proud of her, But then we ended up finding out that apparently, that child was supposed to be going with her. He's just giving her a hard time. But I want to make this video is because we need to be more mindful of what we see out in public and not to be afraid to jump in and do something. Like years ago, Starlight jumped in because I witnessed 3 people attacking 2 women, and it was a guy and 2 girls. And Starlight was so sweaty. I just got done jogging, and it was in the morning time. I was jogging every morning in the area where I used to live a long time ago. And so I was so sweaty, I really couldn't grab the person. And I wasn't going to fight him. I wasn't going to punch him. All I was going to do is drop. All I wanted to do was really to grab a hold of him and hold him, or if I had to, is to slowly drop them down and pin them, so they wouldn't fight, just to block myself, so then they weren't hurting somebody. I would never hurt them, unless unless it was self-defense where I felt like I needed to. But, I jumped in, and, it was really calling the cops. The action was already going on, So I don't know what is up with Starlight. I'm like a superhero chick out here for some reason. That's how I am, is, if I see something, I'm going to say something. That's why I have a YouTube channel. Are there things in your life that you see and you put a blind eye to, You got information. I know you guys and girls have gone through something that you've seen that was not cool, and that you could do something by being a voice and getting it out, because you never know how many other people have gone or is going through that right now. So we really need to be that voice. If you see something, say something. Don't let fear, get in between you and being that voice that we really need. We need people to stand up. We need people to get out. You might have stories, horror stories about something that happened to you, and you, instead of thinking, well, that was a horrible thing that happened to me, now you got the wisdom and knowledge to use that, like I do on my YouTube channel, to help other people with that, is to help other people so that you can help them and protect them, so those kind of things don't happen, or that you're letting them know is that you're not the only one that went through that horrible stuff, so you're not crazy. You didn't imagine what you went through, and so we really do need to be a voice out in the world. So don't, turn a blind eye. You're watching it, but you're not putting any action. Like, if you see something in the world that's not quite right, we need to be a voice out in the world. We need to, what do you put on your YouTube channel? What do you put on Instagram? What kind of information are you putting out? Is it, about gossiping and drama, or are you helping people? Are you inspiring people? Because we need you. We actually need more people out there, because you don't know what other people are dealing with, and you just might be that person that they need. I just put a video out the other day about it's your fault, and a man, was out on a hiking trail up on the top of a hill. It's how God actually put me out there at that particular time. If I was there 5 minutes later or whatever, I would have missed that man that needed that message. So don't think that you're not capable, and you gotta let love guide you, not fear. Is that we need more people to stand up to the plate, because we have kids out there, and how do you think their future is gonna look, if we adults don't stand up and be a voice? And yeah, there's times like even on my YouTube channel, I make a fool out of myself, but you know what? I don't care. I don't care that I make a fool out of myself, because really my voice is what matters. The message matters. It's not about Starlight. It's about the message that I'm putting out on my YouTube channel to help other parents or couples, so we don't keep on repeating the same shit over and over again and getting the same results over and over again. And that's exactly how this matrix, this third dimensional matrix wants us to be, is to keep on repeating it over and over again. They all these people, they like keeping us in this situation where, nothing. So anyway, I really hope that you let love guide you, not fear. And, instead of putting crazy stuff on Instagram or Facebook, or showing off and doing some crazy stunt, or even on TikTok, is use your voice for good. Use your voice for the kids. Use your voice for the future of this generations, that are coming up. And anyway, I love you. You could give this video a thumbs up. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget, you can leave me a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman. And also, don't forget, you could share my videos with your family, your friends, a frog, and a dog. Plus, don't forget the notification bell. And I just want to say how much I love all of you. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight, love, light, and